How did Arsenal dominate the tactical battle against Man City but still draw? This game wasn't just another Premier League clash, it was a tactical chess match where Pep Guardiola's adjustments collided with Mikel Arteta's stubborn structure. By the end, one defensive mistake and one moment of brilliance changed everything. And in this video, I'll take you through how the tactical war unfolded. Welcome back to Football Manager Insider. Now let's start with the starting lineups. Arsenal lined up in their familiar 4-3-3, with William Saliba back from injury restoring composure at the back, and Victor Gyökeres leading the line to give them more physical outlet up front. City went with a 4-1-4-1, Rodri sitting at the anchor, Bernardo Silva pushed higher, and the impressive O'Reilly filling in at left back. Haaland, of course, was the reference point in attack. From the opening exchanges, City showed their intent. They set up in a man-to-man high press. Bernardo Silva was tasked with one specific job: stick to Declan Rice. Every time Arsenal tried to build through midfield, Bernardo shadowed Rice, cutting off the natural progression lane. Haaland led the press centrally, forcing Arsenal into wide areas. It was aggressive, it was risky, but paid off in the first few minutes. But Arsenal had their answer. David Raya became the spare man in build-up, with Arsenal's back line spreading into a 3-2 shape. Raya stepped in to create overloads that gave Arsenal a 3v2 advantage against City's first pressing line. These are the fine margins. Without a goalkeeper confident in possession, Arsenal would have suffocated. Instead, they survived the early storm. Then Arsenal flipped the script. They pressed City's goalkeeper, Donnarumma, who was never really comfortable with the ball at his feet. Arsenal went man-to-man, forcing him long, and that press worked while he kicked it out. And then came the turning point, and this was about rest defense. Arsenal had the ball, but their defensive positioning behind possession was flawed. Zubimendi initially took up a strong position in front of the centre-backs, but as the ball was clustered, he stepped too high. Gabriel pushed up aggressively, leaving no cover behind. When Arsenal lost the ball, both Gabriel and Zubimendi were on the wrong side of play. Haaland needed only one chance while he ran into the vacated channel, exposed the gap, and punished Arsenal with ruthless finishing. Later on in the game, City's defensive organisation at corners showed why Pep leaves nothing to chance. 3 players protected the front post area, with Haaland stationed centrally, Arsenal's main target zone. With Haaland's aerial presence, City neutralised Arsenal's best set-piece threats for most part of the game. When Arsenal broke through the initial press, City dropped into a compact 5-4-1 mid-block. The message was clear: deny central access. They forced Arsenal wide, crowding Rice and Merino in midfield and funneling space into harmless areas. Possession numbers might suggest domination from Arsenal, but City controlled where that possession occurred. Arsenal responded. Arsenal's pressing became more tailored. Mikel Merino trapped Rodri man-to-man, suffocating City's build-up rhythm. With City unable to progress centrally, Donnarumma again became the outlet. He was forced into longer passes that Arsenal could recover. This was a game of constant tactical adjustments, each side probing for the other's weak points. Guardiola then shifted to a 4-4-2 press after half-time, using Haaland and Bernardo Silva as the first line. The idea was to squeeze Arsenal's double pivot, denying them time to turn. But Arsenal countered that again through Calafiori. His inversion provided another passing option in build-up, creating fluidity in the half space. Arsenal's ball progression became smoother, and once again, City were reacting rather than dictating. By the final 20 minutes, the tactical battle had crystallised. City locked into a 5-4-1 deep block, protecting their lead. Arsenal, however, kept probing, recycling, and stretching the pitch. The question hung over the match: could Arsenal break down Guardiola's wall? Arsenal kept probing until stoppage time arrived. At the 93rd minute, Eze received the ball centrally, with time and space, something City's press had denied all game. But this time, there was no pressure on the ball carrier. Eze slipped through a pass for Martinelli, and City's offside trap crumbled. The defensive line hesitated. Should they push up to catch Martinelli offside or hold back? They did neither. That half space of indecision left Martinelli free. His chip finish over Donnarumma sealed the equaliser. So what did we learn? Arsenal showed the value of persistence, structure and late game adjustments. City demonstrated pragmatism, but also vulnerability in the decisive moments. A 1-1 draw keeps the title race alive, but it exposed weaknesses on both sides that future opponents will try to exploit. But Arsenal fans, what do you think? Should Arteta and Arsenal have attacked more, or do you think this point will prove pivotal in the title race? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to subscribe because I'm pushing hard to reach 4,000 subscribers by the end of this month. And every single one of you makes a difference. And if you want to know how Liverpool tactically outmaneuvered Arsenal in their 1-0 win earlier this season, I've got that full analysis ready for you. Click it next because it links perfectly into what we've just broken down.